You're an entrepreneur, executive, or business owner over 35 and your energy crashes most afternoons. Your focus feels off and you don't feel as sharp as you used to. This video is for you because this is not a motivation problem, and it's not because you're lazy, and it's definitely not because you need another coffee or more nicotine. My name is Harry Knights and I work one-to-one with entrepreneurs and executives over 35 to help them rebuild their energy, focus, health, and body composition without burning out. And that's not done with extreme diets or generic workouts, but it's done by fixing the internal systems that actually create energy. And to date, we have helped over 900 business owners and executives operate at their peak potential. Now, most of the men I work with are already successful. They've built businesses, they've led teams, they handle pressure daily, but behind the scenes, their energy is slowly declining. They wake up tired, they rely on caffeine to feel normal, their focus fades as the day goes on, and their body feels heavier and less responsive every year. The mistake almost everyone makes is trying to stimulate their way out of an energy problem. More coffee, more pre-workout, more sugar, more pushing. That is not real energy. That is borrowing energy from the future. Eventually, the body pushes back. And today I want to show you how real energy is made in the body and how you can start fixing this immediately. Firstly, we need to clear something up. Caffeine does not give you energy, and sugar does not give you energy. Caffeine blocks the signal that tells your brain you are tired. That's it. And look, I love coffee. It tastes amazing, and it's one of my simple pleasures in life. In fact, I'm a bit of a coffee snob, so I'm not hating on coffee here, but we have to understand how we can use it. Then we look at sugar. Sugar raises blood sugar quickly, then drops it just as fast. That's why you feel on for a short period of time and then crash hard later. Real energy is not a feeling, it's a biological process. Energy comes from a molecule called ATP, and ATP is the fuel every cell in your body runs on. If your body is not producing ATP efficiently, no amount of motivation, discipline, or stimulants will fix that. So everything in this video comes back to one question. How do we help your body produce more energy at a cellular level? Now, one of the biggest missing pieces for exhausted men is magnesium. Magnesium is required to make ATP. Without magnesium, your body literally cannot produce energy properly. One of the very first signs of magnesium deficiency is fatigue. And here's the problem. Stress burns through magnesium. Training burns through magnesium. Long work hours burn through magnesium. And most high-performing men are chronically low without realizing it. This shows up as low energy, muscle tightness, poor sleep, and feeling wired but tired. So to fix this, you need to either eat more magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, avocado, nuts, and fish, or supplement consistently. This alone can make a noticeable difference in daily energy within weeks. And a bonus tip here is to supplement with magnesium glycinate before bed, which will massively improve your overall quality of sleep, meaning you will recover better and wake up full of energy the following day. The next piece of advice I'll give you is electrolytes. Your body runs on electrical signals. Your muscles, brain, and nervous system all rely on them. Sodium and potassium are the main minerals that allow your cells to generate that electrical charge. And if these are low, your body feels flat, weak, foggy, and tired. And this is extremely common in men who diet, do intermittent fasting, train hard, or drink a lot of coffee. And potassium especially is very hard to get enough of from food alone. And when electrolytes are low, energy drops fast. And this is why many men feel instantly better when they hydrate properly with electrolytes instead of just water. And if you think about it, you've just slept for 7 to 8 hours in the night and not had any water. So when you wake up, your body is super dehydrated. So you must act first thing in the morning to hydrate your body for the day ahead with some electrolytes. This isn't just hype or a myth, this is basic physiology. And if your cells can't hold a charge, they can't produce energy. So the takeaway from this step is to have electrolytes in the morning with your water before your first coffee. Now, we need to talk about energy factories because inside every cell you have mitochondria, and mitochondria are your energy factories. The more mitochondria you have and the healthier they are, the more energy you can produce. But this is where most people get it wrong. They think energy comes from food alone, when in reality, energy comes from how well your body can turn food into usable fuel. You build more mitochondria through consistent exercise over time. Both strength training and endurance work matter. That doesn't mean endless workouts or hours of running on the treadmill. Far from it. You just need to be consistent with your training. Progress well, but don't overdo it. This is why with our members, we focus on just 3 workouts a week. Short, sharp, and impactful sessions, but this gives us plenty of time for the body to recover well in between those sessions. Things like walking, stretching, mobility, and some light list cardio all support this process. So you don't need hours and hours of training every single week, you just need consistency. Now, we need to fuel the body for energy. This is important, but not all fuel is used the same way in the body. Glucose and ketones both produce more energy, but ketones produce more ATP per unit. This is why some people feel mentally mentally sharper and more stable when they reduce constant sugar intake. But this doesn't mean you need to go extremely low carb. I'm heavily against low carb diets as I don't believe they're sustainable and they actually lead to weak training sessions and fatigue. But it does mean that your body should be flexible, because when your blood sugar is constantly spiking and crashing, energy suffers. When fuel delivery is steady, energy becomes consistent. So this is about stability, not restriction. Now I want to touch on the importance of having some red meat in the diet. This is not just because of the quality protein red meat provides, but because red meat is the richest natural source of carnitine. Carnitine is a compound that helps transport fat into the mitochondria to be burned for energy. Without it, fat cannot be used efficiently as fuel. This is one reason many people report feeling stronger and more energized when they eat quality red meat. It also supports endurance and delays fatigue during training. Next, we have B vitamins. If you aren't supplementing with vitamin B, you are going to want to hear this, because B vitamins are involved in turning food into energy. If you are deficient, you can eat plenty of calories and still feel exhausted. So whole foods, animal products, and certain B vitamin supplementation can really help here. So I would definitely look at getting some red meat into your diet. So you might be thinking, why does this matter for entrepreneurs and executives? Because when your energy is low, it quietly affects everything that you do. You might not notice it all at once, but your focus starts to slip. Your thinking becomes slower. Decisions take more effort, and tasks that should feel simple suddenly feel heavy. You might find yourself reading the same email over and over again and it not fully processing, or putting off some important work, or reaching for distractions just to kind of get through the day. And when your focus drops, your output drops with it. You're still busy, but you're no longer effective with the work that you're doing. You get less done in the same amount of time, and that work that actually moves the needle gets pushed aside because it feels more mentally demanding. And unfortunately, over time that compounds. And when your output drops consistently, your performance follows. Not in like a dramatic crash, but in a gradual loss of energy. Your standards slip slightly, your consistency fades, your results no longer match your potential. And that's why health is not separate from business. It is the foundation of it. Your body is the engine that drives your energy and your thinking, your resilience, and your ability to perform under pressure. Your career, your income, and your impact are simply the output of that engine. And no matter how ambitious or disciplined you are, you cannot outwork a broken engine. Fix the engine and performance stops being a struggle and starts becoming your default. And if you're listening to this and thinking, this explains exactly how I feel, you're not alone. This is what I help entrepreneurs and executives fix one-to-one. And if you want help rebuilding your energy, focus, health, and body in a way that fits your real life, reach out. You don't need more discipline, you just need a better system. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.